This is the Marvel Multiverse RPG guidebook. I have a lot of different thoughts on Marvel RPG related projects that I want to work on. And some of them are still works in progress, whether it's me creating more art or me gathering up stories about adventures that I've run as like a narrator. But for now, I just wanted to share with you a piece of a bigger project that I'm working on. So I'm currently working on a series of side quests that you can put inside of pretty much any adventure, depending on how your story's going, that are based around Robot Henchman. So I created this Robot Henchman character sheet that I feel like will be great as a generic enemy for you to throw into your adventures. And I'll go over the Robot Henchman character sheet in this video. If you want to use it for yourself, I'll have a link to a paste bin in the description below where you'll be able to copy this text, throw it into a character sheet, and go wild with it. I feel like the core rulebook is great. It comes with a ton of different characters, but I don't want all of my rank 1 heroes who are like just starting out playing this game to just be facing off against the same set of hand ninjas, or its evil counterpart of yourself, or facing off against a rogue agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. that's become a criminal, or facing off against an AIM agent. All those things are cool. I'm not knocking any of those things. I wanted a villain character sheet that was like fully made, that could be an easy like fodder thing for my heroes to beat up before they fight like a bigger bad, that also felt like a wild card, like your heroes would never know what to expect when fighting them. And that's why the Robot Henchman has powers like disguise, where they can like look like anybody, and shapeshift, to where they can like literally turn into different things in order to gain their abilities. Imagine you're fighting a Robot Henchman and suddenly he transforms into a fire-breathing dragon man. Stuff like that is what I'm really trying to play with here, so that every instance feels unique and different. You can be like, well, disguise and shapeshift, you could have your players face off against scrolls. Well, the Robot Henchman also has the ability to copy powers, and I've been playing with that a lot. It really allows for you to have a variety of different cool encounters. Now, you could be like, the Robot Henchman copies powers. Doesn't that make it very similar to like the evil counterpart thing at that point, if they're just copying the hero's powers? Well, that's where you're making assumptions, because I never said that the Robot Henchmen have to copy the hero's powers. I've been playing around with the idea of the Robot Henchmen copied the powers of another hero that they've encountered, or the villain that they're working for. They have like some of the villain's powers kind of thing. So again, it allows for the power set of the Robot Henchmen to be varied, the appearances of the Robot Henchmen to be varied, the different forms and transformations that they take to be varied. But at the same time, they're like total fodder. Their stats are not super good. They have low health, terrible melee, terrible agility scores. They're meant for your heroes to like just beat up. But I still want it to be like fun and exciting and interesting when they show up. You never know what to expect. But let's go over the Robot Henchmen right now. Their average human height and weight. They don't have a gender. They have glowing red eyes, no hair, and they're the size of like an average person. Their distinguishing features are that they have glowing eyes and metallic skin, and of course they're criminals. They work for whoever is currently renting them out, whatever supervillain is currently renting them to other supervillains. I have it written in their history that they're built by the Tinkerer, and that the Tinkerer is renting out the robotic henchmen. If you want to change that up, and say, oh, well, it's not the Tinkerer making them, it's like Dr. Octopus or Dr. Doom, they're like lesser Doom bots or something. You can play with the history, it's just flavor, Their origin, they're high-tech androids. They're not necessarily a part of any particular team, but since they get rented out to different villains, you can like change that up depending on who they're being rented out to. And they don't have a particular base of operation. Again, that depends on what villain they're being rented out to at the time. Remember, these guys are meant to be goons, not necessarily the main bad guys. Here's their history, which, like I said, you can change. The Tinkerer has been busy making these robotic henchmen for every villain known to man. They are in extremely high demand. Why hire some random thug to pull a heist or clean your villain lair when a robotic henchman can simply do it for you? These henchmen are all rentals and are fairly easy for the Tinkerer to build and repair on a whim. They are designed using advanced programmable matter technology, allowing them to copy the powers of whoever they're fighting and to change their form at will. Their personality for the robots, I kind of wanted to make them like fairly simple, but also allow for room for them to be quirky. So the personality description I put is most robotic henchmen aren't very talkative and are very obedient to whoever they're working for. When they do talk, it is often just to state their current mission objective aloud, like stealing money or attacking hero, like kind of thing. Some are quirkier than others due to becoming self-aware or battle damaged, and have developed unique personalities that make them stand apart from their peers. So if you don't want them to just be super generic robot henchmen, you do have the freedom in this already written thing for them to be quirkier. But again, feel free to change the personality, the history, whatever you want. I'm offering this to the community because I want you guys to be able to use this in your own campaigns. For traits and tags, they have black market access, they're streetwise, they have criminal connections, they're AI, they of course have the copy power ability and the shapeshift ability. Their powers are copy power, they sacrifice a power for the surprising power shapeshift trait, and they also have the disguise ability as well as of course the shapeshift power. They're rank 1, they got 1 karma, 10 health, no damage reduction, 120 focus, run speed of 5, climb, swim, and jump speed of 3, and a 1 initiative modifier. They have -3 melee, -3 agility, 0 resilience, 4 vigilance, 0 ego, and 3 logic. What do you guys think of the Robot Henchmen? Like I said, if you want to use them, click on the paste bin link in the description below. Thank you all once again for watching, and stay tuned for my next Marvel Multiverse video. Like I said, I'm planning a bunch of side missions based around these Robot Henchmen, and I also am working on some adventures, some videos based around some of the adventures I've been running. Anyways, thank you guys again. Peace. Check it about.